Hey everyone, welcome back to another high quality foodie feature for you here on the channel, where this time I'm over at Popeyes because it looks like they finally got nuggets on the menu. Now the question is, are they any good? Well, stay tuned because they're up next.
Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
So here we go with the long overdue Popeyes nuggets, and as you can see, we've got a lot of fried goodness on the inside of this little box, guys. This is looking and smelling like classic Popeyes already. So what we've got here is an 8-piece order of boneless white meat battered up in some buttermilk goodness and fried to a crispy golden brown. And of course it's got that classic Popeyes appearance, and the aroma is definitely setting this one off. It looks pretty great. And while the size of the nuggets themselves sure do seem a little uneven to me based upon what I've got here right now, the piece that I'm holding at least is feeling kind of hefty, so that's not too bad there. And since you can't have nuggets without something to dip into, I've got a couple of sauces here, my two all-time favorites, Mardi Gras mustard and blackened ranch. So obviously that's going to be a lovely situation once we get to it. So let's do just that. These are the all-new nuggets here at Popeyes. Finally, let's peep out this flavor. All right, I gotta be real with you like always. I'm not sure what the hype is about all of this. I guess it's kind of cool to have nuggets on the menu officially from Popeyes, but essentially what this really feels like to me is chopped up chicken tenders, and that's essentially what it looks like. But even still, it's Popeyes, it's fried crispy goodness. How bad could this really be? Let's pull one of these up here again. And really, guys, it really feels like the end of one of the chicken tenders that I reviewed a million times over here. Let's give this a shot. The quote-unquote all-new Popeyes nuggets. Let's do it. Yep. It's good, though. And honestly, I kind of expected it to be. It's Popeyes, naturally. It is pretty good, though. It really is. I guess when you think about it, it doesn't take too much for the marketing department to kind of come up with a poster or a window graphic or something that just says nuggets on it, and then take an existing tender and chop it up basically and kind of go from there. But guys, again, that's essentially what this is. This is kind of fun to check out. It's going to be kind of a quickie. Let's go for one quick bite and we'll start getting into some sauces here. But this is really pretty tasty still. It's all right. Let's go for a cross-section shot, and as you can see, it's an uneven piece of white meat, so it really shows that it's hand-breaded in store. None of these are really exactly the same, and that's kind of a cool thing, but again, your mileage may vary on the size, and I'm going to show you a couple of them here in just a second. But as you can see, white meat solid goodness right over here, and of course with that crispy outer coating. Pretty tasty. All right, so for our dipping sauce pleasure, we're going to start off with a little Mardi Gras mustard action. One of my all-time favorites, and honestly, that combination of like little horseradish goodness really goes amazing with the chicken over here. It's one of my all-time favorites for a reason, and that's pretty much the main reason because the flavor is awesome with it. But as you can see, it clings to it as always. Popeyes is Popeyes. Let's give it a shot. It's like I'm reviewing a regular tender meal with you guys in smaller form. But I'm not minding it because it's Popeyes. So let's knock off this little end of the nug itself here, and then we'll get into something else. Really good. And like I mentioned before about some of the sizes being uneven, they count this as a nug, guys. As you can see, it's just a ripped piece of chicken thrown in, and this is one of the 8. So obviously your mileage may vary, and this is the downside about something like this. I think I'd much rather still get a regular tender meal because it's going to be guaranteed across the board for the most part. But obviously with a few of these pieces being a little smaller, again, it's okay, but obviously you may want to verify these in your box when you give this one a shot, just to make sure you don't get too many smaller ones compared to the larger. All right, so let's go for a little cool blackened ranch action on a very steamy day here in Southern Cali right now. This should hopefully cool me down just a bit, and again, one of my all-time favorite sauces, as I'm talking about all throughout this review. Love the blackened ranch over here. Let's give this a shot with one of these nugs, quote unquote. Take a look at that. Very nice situation. Let's do it. Say what you will about what they're calling these, this is still delicious stuff with that blackened ranch. Man, fried goodness, juicy white meat, that is nice. And a fairly large size nugget as well too, pretty good. And just to round this out, let's go for another glory shot over here and get this one nicely dipped. Very beautiful situation. Love all the light spicing on this as well, and the creamy coolness, banging. Yep. So yeah, guys, tasty stuff. Of course, depending upon your sauce of choice, it's going to be that much tastier for you. And overall, a cute little box this actually comes in with little nugget action on the outside. And according to this, y'all never had nuggets like these before. Actually, I have. It's called a chopped tender, or the very ends of tenders when I review these normally. It's the same old thing, but even still, fun marketing, and they can finally say they have quote-unquote nuggets on the menu. That's not bad. So am I disappointed in this? Not necessarily, but of course I kind of knew what I was getting into when I was going to give this one a shot, and obviously my expectations were satisfied because it's exactly what I expected. But even still, it's juicy white meat fried to a crispy golden brown, and it's that classic Popeyes flavor, just a lovely situation. Now all we need is a spicy variant. I'm sure that's coming soon. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to have to give the quote-unquote new nuggets over here at Popeyes just an okay 7 out of 10. Guys, like I said, this is exactly like I expected it to be, just a chopped up tender, pretty much with the sauces that I'm used to over here. But even still, in terms of marketing, it's about an 8 or a 9 because they're drumming up the hype for it naturally. And the fact that they're chopping it up for you without you doing it on your own, that's the main thing. That's all these really are. But even still, I'm sure we'll get a spicy variant at some point or some other variation of them. But even still, expect the unexpected? No. You know exactly what to expect with this one, guys. It's exactly the same thing. Alright, so after everything you've seen and heard in this review right now, are you personally excited to give this one a shot? Drop some comments down below. What are your thoughts on the quote-unquote new nuggets over here at Popeyes? How different do you think these are going to be when you give them a shot? And which sauces are you going to get them with? Drop some comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another high-quality foodie feature for you here on Peep This Out Reviews, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. I love you, Popeyes, I really do, but when it comes to something like this, let's just say I think it's time for some different variations of your popular chicken sandwich. That's long overdue. Just saying. Alright guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for checking out another one of my reviews. But just in case you didn't see the one before this one, you can find it right up over here, along with what I think YouTube's going to recommend for you to check out as well. As always, I think you'll find something to like in both of them, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. See ya.